Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asmahan binti Basri from RAS2012B. I want to present about community ecology, which includes predation, mutualism, and commensalism. Predation is an interaction in which one organism, the predator, consumes the whole or a part of the body of another organism, which is the prey. Predation prey defense can be divided into 8 types, which are chemical defense, warning declaration, mimicry, cryption coloration, flashing coloration, armor and weapon, alarm call, which also known as behavioral defense, and lastly predator satiation. Chemical defense can be divided into 3 types, which is venom and pheromone, secretion, odor and toxic secondary substance. For venom and pheromones, one example of the species is the snake. Snakes release venom to avoid predators or capture the prey. Next is the sea lamprey. It releases pheromones that act as alarms and induce strike and flight. The second is warning coloration. An animal's conspicuous markings or bright color serve as a signal to potential predators that it is dangerous or is tasteful. The vibrant color orange, red, black, and white color patterns of a monarch wings serve as an advertisement to potential predators. An example is monarch butterflies, poison dart frogs, and coral snakes. The third is mimicry. Mimicries occur when the one species of animals mimics another species with easily identifiable characteristics, tricking a potential predator that would otherwise capture and consume it. The male coral and false coral snake are good examples. The warning signs of the moderately venomous false coral snake are mimicked by both the harmless milk snake and the poisonous coral snake. Fourth is cryptic coloration, which is also known as camouflage. It is a defense or method used by organisms to hide their appearance, generally in order to blend in with their environment. Camouflage is used by organisms to hide their location, identity, and movement. This enables prey to avoid predators while also allowing predators to sneak up on the prey. Cryptic coloration is especially common in small animals such as insects, lizards, snakes, and frogs. These animals are often the same color as the leaves or twigs on which they rest. Some insects even look like twigs or leaves themselves. Next is flashing coloration. Flash coloration is a word used to describe startle display produced by stationary organisms in reaction to predator approach or contact, slowing or halting the attack. Butterflies, grasshoppers, birds, and ungulates display visible color patch when disturbed and put predators to running away. It is an external or superficial protection against predator attack formed as part of the body rather than through the behavioral use of protective external items, typically by hardening of body tissue, outgrowth, or secretions. For example, clams, armadillos, turtles withdraw in their armor, coats, or shells. Another example is porcupines and hedgehogs that have modified hairs that sharp and painful. In animal communication, an alarm signal is an anti-predator adaptation in the form of signals emitted by social animals in response to danger. Many primates and birds have unique alarm calls that they use to alert conspecific of approaching predators. Fish use electric signals to communicate. Whenever they sense the presence of a predator in their area, they warn the other fish by giving warning calls in the form of electric signals. Whereas dolphins and birds make different sounds to communicate and warn others of upcoming danger. Lastly is predator satiation. Predator satiation is an anti-predator adaptation in which prey present at high population densities for a limited amount of time, reducing the probability of an individual organism being eaten. For example is caribou, wildebeest, birds, raccoons, squirrels, dogs, and snakes. For intraspecific predation is cannibalism. Cannibalism can be defined as killing or consumption of either all or part of the individual that is from the same species. This is common in animal kingdom. The factor that trigger this interaction to happen is stress populations such as rabbit, sea lion, and hippo. Next is animal species such as lion and tiger, facing starvation or hunger. Then, crowded or dense populations such as hippo even when food is available. Another interaction is mutualism that can be defined as ecological interaction between two or more species which each species has a net benefit. This interaction can be divided into two types, which is dispersive mutualism and defensive mutualism. For example of dispersive mutualism is the moth that can pollinate and lay their eggs in the yucca ovary, and the caterpillar larva live in the developing ovary and eat the yucca seeds. For example of defensive mutualism is aphids and ants. The aphids produce honeydew, which the ants carry to their nests at night to protect them from predators and escort. The aphids are returned to the plant the next morning. Lastly is commensalism, which is a relationship between individuals of two species in which one species obtains food or another benefit from the other without harming or benefiting the latter. For example, is remora and its host, a zebra shark. The remora is carried along by the shark after attaching itself to it, allowing the remora to go to other region without having to expend its own energy to swim. The presence of the remora has no effects on the shark. That's all from me, and I hope you enjoy watching my video. Thank you.